Time for another player comparison video, and this time around, we are taking a trip down memory lane. Actually, we're going down the memory lane, so some people might have not, some people might not have watched both players, but of course, you must have heard of Michael Owen, regardless, and you must have heard of Andy Cole as well, even if you did not watch both of them. And two of them were, top forwards in their days, and we're just comparing both forward and to try and get one name between both of them. So Victor, without wasting much time, and obviously you watched both of them. So who was the better player in your opinion and why?
I mean, Owen had more strings to his bow, and I feel like he was better for it. Now, was Cole the better finisher? Sure, but Owen could create something out of nothing. He had that incredible speed. He could just leave defenders in his dust, and I think Owen was better. But yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan, so what do I know, right?
Fair enough. And over to you, Max. Who do you think was more impactful for your club?
I mean, obviously Cole, right? Because he won trophies with four different teams at first. He also won a lot of Prem, what Owen won only when he moved to United, and he has to be sad with, I guess. And also, he won a treble, so you definitely understand that he gave a team much more. He also scored 17 goals that campaign. Maybe not the biggest number, but still a lot of impactful goals. So I'll go with Cole here.
Mm. Okay, interesting. Victor, who was, I think this is probably the question with the most straightforward answer to me, at least. Who was more of a joy to watch on and off the ball?
Okay, look, I have a ton of respect for Andy Cole. Okay,
Yeah.
he had his knack of being in the right place at the right time, and that's really commendable. But as far as excitement goes and fun factor, it's Owen all the way. He was
Yeah.
explosive. He was quick. He was technically gifted. It was just one of those feelings like you saw him on the ball and then the ball was in the net, and as a fan you're like, what the hell just happened? And as a defender it must have been just nightmare coming up against the lad.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. Fair enough. And Max, who would you rather have in your team?
I mean, this one is kind of hard to me, especially because of this. But I'd say Andy Cole was a player that will score most of the chances, while Owen would probably make these chances. So it depends on which type of team you are creating. If you have like Man City, quite team, you wanna have striker like Cole. He'll just score ton of goals, how Holland does, but he never creates chances for the team. But if you're somebody like Crystal Palace, I don't know, Nottingham Forest, you'd better choose an Owen, so he would probably create chances for himself. So I'd say for most of the teams, Owen fits better. So I'd go with Owen here, but for some of the teams, I'll stick to Cole.
Yeah, Victor, your take on that?
If it's my team, it's Cole. uh, I know I've been singing Owen's praises, and for good reason, I think. But if you look at Owen's availability, it was quite spotty after the first couple of seasons, and he even blamed the club later on for that. He blamed Liverpool because, oh, they played me too much. As a young player, you want them to play you, and I
Yeah.
think I'm still a bit bitter about the way he left Liverpool, and I know I'm not the only Liverpool fan to hold a grudge about that, but yeah, Andy Cole. I mean, proper workhorse, reliable finisher, his physicality. Yeah, I just have to pick Cole here if I'm a manager. The only question as a manager is, if you go with Andy Cole, do you need Dwight York alongside him for it to work or not?
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. And just on a final note, starting with you, Max, which player's quality is more suited for current modern day football?
I'd say pretty much both actually, as I told already. For different teams, you can fit different players, both of them especially. But for the most of teams, I'd probably go with Cole because his type of, as Victor said, playing on a team every time work hard, while Owen is sometimes just a flasher player, I'd say. So yeah, for the most of teams, Cole fits better currently, but Owen still finds his place in league.
Yeah, Victor, you?
Yeah, just like what Max said, it's horses for courses. Both styles of play still have their place in today's sport, and it's all about the approach. As if you look at Cole, he was a consistent finisher that will never go out of fashion. That will never be ah. He can just put them in. At the same time, you need to appreciate Owen's pace and trickery, whether it's on the counter or trying to break down a low block. So I'll probably rather go with Owen here rather because of the versatility and just completely ignoring his injury record.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Anyways, this was actually much closer than I thought. Michael Owen versus Andy Cole. And on that note, we'll ask our viewers to join us in the conversation. Who was more better? Who was more impactful? And whose style will be more suited for modern day football? Michael Owen versus Andy Cole. Give us your biased or unbiased opinions, and we're looking to hear from you. So there are more transfers to discuss. We are nearing, the start of August, and the month of August obviously always means the return of the Premier League once again. And of course, clubs are already trying to round up their business, of course, except Manchester United. But before we go into all of that, there was a big signing between our last episode and now that has now been officially confirmed by the reigning champions, Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool for £69 million fixed and another potential 10 million in add-ons on a 6-year contract from Frankfurt. Victor, what is your rating of this? Your unbiased rating of this transfer?
Yeah, I think I want to give it an 8, but I feel like it's too much. This sort of signing I feel like should have been done for maybe 20 million less. So I'm gonna go with a 6.5 here, maybe 7, because somehow I feel like Liverpool are still not done with the attacking signings yet. And I don't really expect Ekitike to shoulder the majority of the goal scoring burden this season anyway. So I'm going, let's say, a 7.
Yeah, fair enough. And speaking of the goal scoring burden, there's been a lot of discourse among fans about whether Liverpool are getting an upgrade on Darwin Nunez. People are talking about his goal scoring record down the years, and the question is, how many goals do you think Ekitike scores next season for Liverpool?
Yeah, that's the thing. This is what everybody's been going on and on and on about, you know. And if you look at his numbers, for instance, last season he did underperform his XG by a fair margin, which is something we see from Darwin Nunez as well. I don't
Yeah.
expect Nunez to stay anyway, especially now with Ekitike coming in. I still think there's a distinct possibility of Rodrigo coming in. And if that's the case, I expect Ekitike to play maybe sort of like a Firmino type role, like a false nine. So I don't think we should expect him to score 20 goals this season. I would say if he manages something like 15 in all competitions or like 12 in the Prem, I think it's a decent start. It's not
Mhm.
great, especially not considering the transfer fee, but it would be a decent start. It would help everyone kind of not losing their shit about it, and yeah, kind of giving everybody a taste a little bit as well.
Yeah, well, get ready for myself and Max to call him a flop if he doesn't score at
Yeah,
least
yeah,
20,
absolutely,
20 Premier League goals minimum. You can expect
We
absolutely.
that.
know a lot about flops.
Yeah, anyways, moving on. Brentford are now asking for more than £40 million for Johan Wissa, after rejecting an offer from Newcastle. I remember in one of our episodes, we were pretty certain that since they are going to let Mbeumo go, they are going to keep hold of Wissa. But now it seems like they might even lose both Mbeumo and Wissa in the same window, which is going to be a blow for them. But the question here is, in a summer where Kudus is costing £55 million, and Buemo is going for 70. Madueke is going for £52 million. How much should Wisa realistically cost in the current market, Max?
I mean, yeah, he was definitely quite good striker for Frank's system, but I'm not really sure he gonna succeed as much as he was in Brentford for Newcastle at least, because we never saw him doing quite good job outside the Brentford. But yeah, what you said, currently in the market, this type of players obviously cost a lot, and not 25 that Newcastle is offering. So I'd say maybe around 40 or 50, actually a quite good price for him. So Newcastle should probably pay a bit and get this striker.
Yeah, fair enough. Although he's 28 too, so maybe that might, yeah, that might be another factor.
Exactly. He's
Yeah,
turning
but with
29
Gyökeres
right as the season starts
going
at the
for
beginning of
70.
Yeah,
September. I don't think it's a good move to for any club really to be paying 50 mil for him.
yeah. So I think I
Yeah,
think that's
50
why
is
maybe
too much,
40.
but 40 is okay.
Yeah, maybe 40 might be a good
Yeah.
benchmark. Fair enough. Yeah, but over to you, Victor. It seems like every transfer episode now we have something or lots of things to say about Chelsea. And now Chelsea have reached an agreement, to pay 34.6 million pounds for Euro Hato. And they are also in advanced transfers, advanced talks to sign Xavi Simons as well. So now the question is, with the way they are spending cash, they've been using loopholes to avoid sanctions, but how long do you think they can avoid the FFP breach?
Okay, we need to think of the fact that they will be playing Champions League this season, so there will be revenue from there. If they manage to get into like the top 4 again, plus maybe quarterfinals in the Champions League, I think they will be able to stave it off at least another season with all that revenue coming in. What I am happy to see Chelsea doing finally is look into that defense. Bringing in Hato is a good move, especially for that sort of money. It would be a good deal for them. But for the FFP, I I'm gonna wait and give the verdict at the end of the window because I have a feeling they will be going crazy for another 2 or 3 players during August, and that might screw up what they're trying to do now anyway and the revenue.
Yeah, fair enough. And over to you, Max. Rodri has now been linked with a shock move, to Real Madrid. It's important to note that Rodri's current deal with City is going to run out in the summer of 2027. So basically 2 years from now. And as at the time of recording this video, there is no word on Rodri, signing a new contract yet. But now the reports are saying Real Madrid are planning to make a move for Rodri either this summer or next summer. Do you think there's a chance that these links are legit in any way?
I mean, actually, I feel like that Real Madrid wanna sign everybody on free. It's like a challenge for them currently. And to be honest, I feel like this type of transfer is pretty much connected with Pep Guardiola departure. If he stays at City for more like 2, 3, 4 years, probably Rodri is gonna resign with City because this is the manager that revealed his talent the most. But probably if he leaves City, there are a lot of unknown in future. So probably for this situation, he can pretty much move to Real Madrid because it's never a bad decision to go to Real Madrid. They're always at top, even in their bad form currently. They're still gonna succeed in a couple of years in future, and they pretty much need a leader in midfield because Modric left, Cross left. Probably he's gonna fit. So I'd say if Pep leaves, probably he moves to Real Madrid. If not, he's probably still stays.
Yeah,
I
fair enough.
I don't know if you guys came across the rumor. So apparently there was an offer discussed from Real Madrid for Camavinga, Rodrigo, and another 30 million, I think, for
Yeah,
Rodri. That would
or
be huge.
that would be crazy. It's not happening. No chance it's happening.
Nah.
No chance it's happening. But yeah, Max, you said it's never a bad thing to go to Real Madrid. Well, Eden Hazard would not agree with that statement.
Or
Just
Michael Owen, or Jonathan
yeah,
Woodgate, or a fair few others.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, some players would not agree with that
yeah, but with
statement though. But
Bird
yeah,
this
fair
level
enough.
as Rodri currently.
Yeah, well, fair point. And Victor, a question you might probably like to answer on a final note. According to the latest report, given how the transfer window has panned out so far, it seems like Manchester United's hierarchy are suddenly starting to agree that Amorim might start the new campaign without a new striker, meaning they are going to have to continue with Oiland and Zexi for now. Or who knows, maybe for next season, who knows. But Victor, what do you think are the possible implications of this report?
I mean, possible implication. I don't know, another relegation battle. Um, it would be really really irresponsible if you ask me. Uh, if you put Ziyech and Hoyland together, they don't make one Premier League striker. There is no rhyme or reason to not go for someone, even if it's like a not such a high profile signing. But I think I've mentioned already someone like Mateta. Um, I see no reason to not go for that instead. Staying with these two is just self destruction, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, that's just how it seems like to me, especially in a window where you're sending Rashford out, you're freezing Garnacho out, and then you're
Yeah,
not bringing in anybody. It makes it
uh,
makes
it,
zero
it's
sense.
really funny to see a boardroom hate its own club so much. You know.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
also fun that you let Rashford out but not signing another striker.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, it's a shame that a new striker might not put on the jersey or the oral show that Max is putting on. A new striker might not be able to wear it for the new campaign, but yeah, fair enough. I'll personally be delighted if United don't get a new striker before the new season because their first game is against Arsenal. So I mean that does us. Zexi or Oiland against Arsenal is a guaranteed. No goals are coming from those guys. So
But just imagine if they each score a goal and end up winning against Arsenal.
yeah,
Actually,
then
at this season they're gonna score their first goal, so who knows?
it's a sackable offense. It's a
And
sackable
just
offense.
imagine not just the banter that Arsenal will have to put up with, but also the delusions that will take over the United boardroom. Oh, look, they both scored against Arsenal. We don't
We
need a
don't need.
striker.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we are just going to have to wait and see. August is just around the corner, and in fact, we are less than 1 month until the start of the new Premier League season. And before then, there will still be a lot of transfers to happen. I will be here to discuss all the best bits as they come.